Thanks, Miles. How are you? Um, you played in two different systems, especially with De Boer, uh, four in the back, three in the back. But one of your traits is that he asks a lot to press the people in the back. That's something that Greg likes to do. Can you go through what De Boer or Tata ask you, and now what Greg asks you in the national team? If it's is it something similar of what you do in Atlanta, or because you've played three and Greg plays always with four in the back? Can you go through those type of differences informations?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, playing with three and four in the back is different. But also at the end of last season, we started to play more three or four in the back with our interim head coach. But yeah, it's just about a matter of understanding what Greg wants from center backs like me. He wants us nice and narrow when we have the ball, and to look at the six and see if we can connect passes with the six and then open up from there. But yeah, it's been good so far, and it's something that will help in my development as a player to play in different styles like that. So it's been good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michaela. Next up, we'll have Sydney Hunt from SB Nation Atlanta. Sydney, your microphone should be unmuted. You should be able to unmute.
Awesome. That's Chris. Hey, Miles, how's it going? Happy New Year.
Thanks.
No problem. Hey, want to kind of ask you a twofold question. Obviously, Jordan's down there with you, so very familiar with him, obviously. Have the two of you been kind of getting on in camp together? And then with you being kind of the older guys in camp, one of the handful of 1997s there right now, do you kind of see yourself as more of a mentor to like the 2000s, 2001s and younger, especially with you having had a couple of national team caps already?
No, yeah, it's been good, playing with all these guys. But yeah, I feel like, I'm one of the older guys in the U23 camp at least. And yeah, it's just a matter of me, being friendly to the guys, welcoming them into the environment. Guys like Bello, he's on my team in Atlanta United, but he's been playing great, and just be comforting to all those types of players in this environment that they might be new to.
Thank you, Sydney. Next up, we'll have Charles Bowen from MLSsoccer.com. Just a reminder, if you'd like to ask a question, go to that bottom bar and raise your hand. Charles, you should be able to unmute now.
Thanks, and thanks for talking to us today, Miles. There's been kind of a tough history for U.S. teams in Olympic qualifying over the last decade plus. I was just wondering if you knew about that history, if that's something that's come up with Jason and the coaching staff, and if that's sort of maybe part of the mentality or the motivation or the preparation you guys are doing, trying to get back on a positive note in that sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of us know the history of the United States in terms of qualifying for the Olympics, but that hasn't been our focus at all. I think the focus has been on us as a group, getting better day by day. And that's the main goal for this whole cycle. It's always been, to qualify for the Olympics. And I think if we continue to have great sessions like we have already, that can definitely be something that happens in the future.
And just a quick follow-up, you guys are going to be, looks like you're going to be playing in Mexico as scheduled. I think you've gotten a little bit of exposure to that, the challenges of that environment, the altitude, and possibly other challenges. What's your outlook on that, and is that something that's exciting for you, or is it maybe daunting?
Yeah, I think there's always going to be challenges, whether it's the weather, the pitch, or anything like that. But again, it's just a matter of focusing in on our team and ourselves individually, and just getting better every day, and understanding that those challenges will come, but we'll be ready once they come, and we'll be ready to tackle them head on.
Awesome. Thank you, Charles. Next up, we'll do Alonzo Contreras from Area Sports Network. Alonzo, you should be able to unmute your microphone now.
Thank you. Hi, I would like to ask you if there's any, not only a model, but any specific that a coach wants you to watch in the main national team, so if you get called up to the next level in easier transition.
Yeah, no, it's just about noticing what players in my position are doing, constantly. When they're in the game, small movements, small touches on the ball, communicating to players, positioning, the specific positioning that Greg and his staff wants. But it's coming to me, and it's always a learning experience being in a group like this.
Thank you, Alonzo. And next up, we'll take our final question from Brian Scaretta of American Soccer Now. Brian, you should unmute your microphone.
Thank you very much, Miles. Appreciate this, and thank you, Chris. How important, they've been making a lot of big deal about the US U23 team now. How important is this tournament for you guys, in the grand scheme of things, whether it be, of course, just winning a medal is a huge deal, but do you see it as a way to bridge the gap between, being on the fringe of the national team to maybe, getting fully ingrained with that team? And then you've also heard many other players from your generation talk about using this tournament as a way to make a statement because there's so many good U23 players. Do you feel that way as well, that this is a chance for your generation to, pretty much make a big first statement internationally as to where we are?
Yeah, I mean, in any tournament, the goal is to, win a medals and things like this. But I think I think all of us in the U23 camp and in the whole cycle in general, I think they have that type of confidence in themselves and also in the group that we can do something special. But at the end of the day, it's about competing every day with great players and, earning a right to be on the team and earning a right to represent our country.